Welcome back to Nashville Superspeedway. After a very busy Saturday, I'm Danny Peters. This is Captain Dalton Hopkins. And we have had an extremely busy day today here at the track. We've had practice and qualifying for the Xfinity Series, practice and qualifying for the Cup, and we ended up with the Xfinity race won by Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, I think this is something that I don't think we've seen this form of Justin Allgaier before, personally. I mean, like you said, I mean, it was a busy day today, and Allgaier still ends up getting the win. It was after a really dominant performance, won both stages, and still gets the win in the end, beating his teammate Connor Zilic. He wrote a sidebar about him that's out there. We'll talk about him in a second. But, yeah, I talked to him post-race in the media center, and, I mean, think about what he's done in the last 7 months. He won Xfinity Series championship, got a top 10 at Daytona 500 in Junior Motorsports' one and only start, has now won 3 races halfway through this year, which is already better than he had last year, and he won the title last year, and he's leading the point standings by 92 points over Austin Hill. So I firmly believe this might be the best we've ever seen Justin Allgaier, and I don't know, he didn't really quite agree to it, but I personally believe it might be the happiest we've seen him as well.
And a special night for him tonight with both his girls. He said it was the first time that Willow had driven in the car with him to victory lane. A special family night for him as well.
Yeah, it was a special night for him, and I think that's we've seen him, celebrate with his family before. And he told a funny story about how Willow, I guess yesterday, held up the number 2 because that's what they did last time in victory lane, and she goes woo. And he was also saying that how heartbroken he was that he couldn't get the win last weekend at Charlotte because that was her birthday, and he really wanted to win it for her. Unfortunately, couldn't deliver, but tonight was able to do it 1 week later. So happy belated birthday, I guess. But yeah, it was just a picturesque. You can't help. I know it's so weird because he is the dominant driver right now. I think he is the championship favorite, but you can't help but like his story. The guy is such a likable person. You can kind of see why he's the most popular driver in the series right now.
485 races, 28 wins tonight, I think it is.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
This is where we need Stephen Stump to correct our stats.
He can tell you.
Look in the comments afterwards, folks, and if we got it wrong, Stephen will correct me. But another driver you mentioned was Connor Zilic, who finished second for the second week in a row in just his 17th overall career start in NASCAR.
Yeah, you talked to him after the race, and I mean, Connor, look, the guy is he is a phenom. He's getting a lot better on these ovals, and we saw it tonight. I mean, the only person that he couldn't beat was Justin Allgaier, and if that's the only person you're going to lose to, it's not bad. That's not a bad deal. So, and tonight, like you said it, you wrote it in your sidebar. You can check that out on Frontstretch.com. Clean air was king tonight, and Connor, if he just couldn't get the lead in the restart, it's really not much you could do about it. And we saw it for the last 20 laps or so. Connor was just riding right behind Justin Allgaier, and there's really not much you could do about it. Kind of need another restart after that. But looking ahead, I like his chances. He's already got a win at COTA this year, and it was a dominant performance. And then look at what we got for the rest of the year. I mean, we got some road courses coming up. Their next race is going to be Mexico City. I think he's the favorite there. I mean, if there's anybody that could probably – well, I was going to say challenge Justin Allgaier for the regular season championship, but I don't think he's that close. But still, he's got a great outlook for the rest of the year. I'm expecting at least 2 more wins before the end of the regular season.
Early days for him as still just 18 years of age, but what do you think the ceiling is for Zilic? Yesterday we talked about future Sunday drivers. He's got that look about him, but just how good do you think this 18-year-old from Mooresville, North Carolina can be?
He's already a Sunday driver if you think about it. I mean, he was a Sunday driver last week at Charlotte. So,
True.
Yeah, right. So
Full-time Sunday driver.
Full-time. So that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I think the sky's the limit. I mean, I keep thinking that I think about him subconsciously, and I keep thinking, oh yeah, he's got to be like 25 at this point because he's got so much talent. It feels like he's a veteran, but he's not. He's a rookie. And he's only 19 years old. I mean, when I was 19, I was in college. Okay, I wasn't doing anything like this.
Is he even 19? Isn't he 18?
You know what? I think. Oh man, I have to go back.
We really need Stephen for this.
Yeah, you're right. But I think his birthday's in November. I'm not entirely sure, but he is pretty young. The point being, he's under. Yes, he can't buy a drink. He's under 20. So. Yeah, he is the phenom, right? And I look at him and I think of somebody like, look, there's a lot of rookie drivers that come into this sport right now, and some of them, it takes a little bit of time to get their footing, to get what I like to call a driver's puberty. It takes about 3-4 years before they really start to start hitting things. Connor Zilisch is already hitting that stride. So in 3-4 years, what does that mean? Where is he going to be? Are we going to see him winning, 8 races a season, winning on ovals and road courses, and there is nothing that anybody can do about it? I don't think it's that far-fetched.
I mean, driver's puberty is certainly a new term for me. I like to learn a new term each time I come to the racetrack. But awkwardly and quickly moving on from driver's puberty, something we saw tonight was we saw a really, really big wreck at the start of the third and final stage. A huge wreck just past the start-finish line. Talk to us a little bit about that, and then talk to us about another wreck earlier on in the race where you had a chance to catch up with the drivers involved.
Yeah, I'll start off with that one, actually, because I think that's probably the only feud that really occurred this whole race, which was between Parker Retzlaff and Kyle Sieg. We saw Parker Retzlaff and Sieg were running hard. I can't remember where. I think it was like 26th or 27th. And Sieg was on the bottom, and Retzlaff was in the middle lane, and Sieg claims that he was pinching. He got pinched too hard by Retzlaff, and he got loose and went up and wrecked the 4-car, and Retzlaff's day was done. Sieg was able to continue on, and he was involved in that second accident. We'll get to that in a second. But Retzlaff continued and said, yeah, I guess he's blaming me. I guess that's what I get. And you can check out that video on frontstretch.com. I'm pretty sure those words were sarcastic. I really couldn't tell, but it's very emotional. You could tell he's kind of heated. And I caught up with Kyle Sieg after the race. Again, also emotional and also on frontstretch.com. But he was pretty heated as well. Said, I believe the quote was, maybe he should be smarter. So you could probably tell there was some frustration there.
Don't need to read in between the lines too much for that one, right?
Pretty on the nose. Yeah.
You mentioned those videos. There's a bunch of video content on YouTube. You can check us out on our social channels, on the .com site from today, captured by myself and Captain Dalton over here. Anything else we want to touch on from the race tonight?
Yeah, we should check out. You should check out the videos that we got from the bullpen today, from the drivers, all the Cup Series drivers. They came in. Chase Briscoe won the pole, and we talked to a lot of drivers, a lot about Mexico, about the altitude change. You talked to Denny Hamlin about his 700th start, and of course a lot to talk about when it comes to the horsepower, the increasing horsepower debate that's going on right now. And I wrote an article about that. That's coming out tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So be sure to check that out when you can. And that was probably the biggest part. But you know what I think we should do before hopefully our mic doesn't die here.
Mic's still live. I just did a slide check and it's still green.
We'll just scream. We'll just yell if it dies. But I think I think we should do. What's our picks for tomorrow?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So tomorrow, as you said, Denny Hamlin's 700th start. We've got a Joe Gibbs Racing lockout with Chase Briscoe and Denny in second. We'll start with you. Who's your pick for tomorrow?
Oh, man, putting me on the spot there. Jeez, I didn't see this. No, man, there is a lot. It's kind of hard to nail someone down. I do like Denny a lot. I do think he is. I do think he's got a good chance, but. You know what? I think it's about time that Chase Briscoe breaks through. I did like what I saw out of him today. He had a pretty good practice. He had great practice times. Won the pole, of course, a second consecutive one. I think that team is starting. Chase Briscoe is finally starting to click with that 19 team, and we're starting to see it. He's got a couple top 5 finishes already this year, but I think tomorrow we're going to see him up at the front. He's going to survive what I believe is probably going to be some late race chaos. I think Chase Briscoe gets his first win with Joe Gibbs tomorrow.
You talked about Denny, and Denny is a driver who has led a lot of laps here across the 4 years we've raced here. 4 years, or is this the 4th year?
This is number
5. Yeah.
I started in 21.
Stephen, if we've got these facts wrong, I apologize, buddy.
He's rubbing his temples.
But right, yeah. But this is no track ever owes you anything. But if there was a track that owed Hamlin a win, it would possibly be this one on his 700th start. But I'm gonna go with the Melon Man himself, Ross Chastain. He had a great win last weekend in the Coke 600. We saw him in the media center talking about it. He has been wearing his ring. He says he takes it off only to wash his hands, but he's been wearing his ring since he put it on last Sunday night. So my pick is Ross Chastain to go back-to-back and win here at Nashville Superspeedway. Anything else? Otherwise, I think we can wrap up.
think we're done. It's late. Let's go to bed. Yeah.
We're excited. We're not going out in downtown Nashville. Me and him want to go back to the hotel and rest up for tomorrow. And be sure to come back and check us out tomorrow. We'll have lots and lots of content from you on Cup Racing Day. So that's all from myself and Captain Dalton over here. We will see you again tomorrow for another edition of PRC.
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code Frontstretch to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay, stay rewarded.
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos. And if you like us, make sure to hit that subscribe button.